Hey everybody, Paul here. Going to do a tutorial on setting up a home or small office networking environment using OpenSSH-Server secure shell on Debian or Ubuntu Linux. Let's check it out. You want to connect these two things, your modem where your internet connection comes in through cable or through DSL, and then plug that into your router, okay? So you're making a connection that way. Now from there, with two Ethernet cables, one's going out to my remote machine, and this one's going to my host machine. All these commands that I'm going to be talking about are posted in the description below. So if you need to review these commands, check out the description or just rewind the video and get the parts that you need. First thing you're going to do is you're going to install OpenSSH-Server on both your host client machine, that's the machine you're on, and on the remote machine. Next, you're going to edit your SSH config file, and you're going to edit this in both the host client and on your remote machine. You're going to have to do all these commands using sudo or root. But open up that file, make a copy of it first, people. Make a backup of your config file. Now I have a really locked down home networking environment, so my commands are going to show you how to do that. Permit root login, no. Never log in as root using secure shell, people. Permit empty passwords, no. Password authentication, no. We're going to be using RSA authentication keys, okay, instead of traditional password. Greater encryption, greater security. So password authentication, no. X11 forwarding, no. We don't need a graphical environment. Actually, it could be a security hole there, so no. And if any of those lines are commented with hashtags, delete the hashtag and save the file. All right, next, you're going to do the command ssh.keygen/type or t/type RSA. ssh/keygen/trsa. And that's going to generate your RSA keys that I was just mentioning. That's going to prompt you to enter a passphrase. Make a good passphrase, people. Not using common words, but using special characters, caps, small letters, and numbers. It's going to prompt you to enter that passphrase again. Write that down. Write that passphrase down. It's going to show you where that public key has been saved to, the file. It's also going to render a randomR image here, which is a visual ID of your RSA key. Now this can be useful for server admins and people who are using SSH a lot. Referencing this visual key, begin to identify it after a while. Now I have mine grayscaled out in areas for security, but yours will look different anyway. But that can be useful for server admins. All right, now we're going to start SSH. Sudo service ssh start. And by doing the command highlighted in yellow, the process command piped with a grep on SSH, you can see if the SSH daemon is running. And you can see highlighted in green here, we're good to go. SSH secure shell is in fact running. All right, next you're going to copy that public key that was generated to the remote host. You're going to do that through this copy command, and that's posted again in the description of this video. And the grayscaled out here is my information. You're going to replace that with the remote username at the remote hostname.local. So for example, it could be paul@squirrel.local, where Paul is the username, squirrel is the remote machine name. Again, just back up, people, if you need to review this stuff. All right, after that, you're going to SSH into the remote machine. SSH remote user at remote host again .local. Okay, SSH remote user at remote host .local. And that will prompt you to enter your private key passphrase that you just generated, that you wrote down. That is going to prompt you for that private key passphrase. And that's going to create the handshake with the remote machine and allow it to use that public key that was generated. See, so the beauty of the RSA encryption, it's really a two-way security there. You've generated the public keys, that's initiated through that handshake by entering your private key's passphrase. Alright, you can show that you're in here now. I've got mail highlighted in pink there. You can look around, you can do all your Linux commands. You'll notice that you're logged in to the remote machine. You can exit and you can stop the sudo service ssh-stop if you wish to not have that running in the background. Now if you don't want to have ssh start up at boot time, use a utility like rcconf and just deselect that. It's a really helpful utility, rcconf, and that'll help you not start at boot time. Hey everybody, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this video helps you with setting up a home or small office networking environment using OpenSSH-Server secure shell on Debian or Ubuntu Linux. It would be great to have you on board as a subscriber to my channel. Hit that link, and we'll see you real soon.